Even with the fact that it has limited theaters in the North American market, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is still beating out Mufasa the Lion King. Now, this weekend, it still came in number one in the second weekend, beating out Lion King for a second week in a row. It made $38 million dollars. Now, these are estimates. The full number will be reviewed by the end of today. But that's slightly better than Mufasa the Lion King that made $37.1 million dollars this past weekend. Now, one of the most interesting thing about Sonic the Hedgehog is that finally it's debuted overseas. You know, I said last week when I made the box office review that this film did better than Mufasa. I said that its overseas numbers will review how big this film is. And lo and behold, the overseas numbers are in, and it is incredibly impressive. Not only does this film destroy Mufasa in the United States, it is almost going toe to toe with it in international markets because currently now it has grossed a record $74 million dollars. That's an opening overseas. Uh, and it's done that in many markets. And in fact, it includes a very strong $15.1 million 9-day debut in the UK. It did around $10.3 million in Mexico. It did $7.3 million in France. With several of his markets yet to come, it's now been aligned with a $36.9 million that it's already accumulated in the US. So you're looking at a total of $210.9 million worldwide. So in 2 weekends, Sonic the Hedgehog has already accumulated $210.9 million. That's incredible. That's very, very impressive. That's a very good number. Now, it's not yet beating out Lion King overseas. I have to be honest on that. The overseas markets for Lion King is not bad at all, to be fair. But the reality is that it's not by any stretch making enough to cover back what they spent on it. Okay, let me talk about Mufasa, the Lion King's overseas number because it crossed $300 million mark this past weekend overseas. It has grossed another $77.1 million in the second weekend overseas. And it's done 214.5 million internationally. So when you now add it to the very miserable $113.5 million in the United States, you have a $328 million worldwide, and that's in 2 weekends. Now, at least what it's estimated that this film would earn when it's all said and done worldwide is between 565 million to $630 million. If it gets anywhere around 565 to 600 million, it will barely crawl to its budget recovery. That's all I can see. I don't see it making a profit because the money they spent making this film is well over $250 million. So it needs at least $600 million to break even. But if it does get anywhere close to 600 million, it will break even. But then again, Disney will now rely on the ancillary markets to be able to recoup some money in terms of profits and all that. Now, other films that are still doing well internationally is Moana 2, because Moana has beaten out Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 389.8 million in the United States. It's now at 394.6 million in the US, and it's gonna get past $400 million in the US when it's all said and done. But the important one is the international numbers because it's now at $882.5 million worldwide. It made another 36.1 million in his fifth weekend. It will cross $900 million this weekend. I don't know about $1 billion. The movie is slowing down quite badly, so it could crawl to $1 billion when it's all said and done. But I can only see it end at just $1 billion. I don't see it getting anywhere above $1 billion. It's already slowing down badly, but let's see how it does in the next 3 weeks from now. That's the only thing that will determine if it will do better than $1 billion or just crawl over a billion. Other movies that are still making money at the box office as the smaller projects. Uh, you have the new Timothée Chalamet film. It's a Bob Dylan biopic, a complete unknown. It's called $23.2 million on the sixth biggest debut ever for a 5 day Christmas opening weekend. That movie did well. So, you have projects like that, but these are the main box office numbers for this weekend. Wicked, on the other hand, has gotten at least over $600 million. It's at 634 million right now. It's on track to get past 650 million this week we're entering, and it will definitely get to $700 million worldwide. So that's for Wicked. If you guys enjoyed this box office report, then go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys very much next time.